What if Eon gets its eBay? What if 2028, instead of the energy in business being what it is today, consists of a myriad of different companies, from Google startups to big state-owned companies. Telia is still around. To people working in the R&D department of the big energy corporations saying, no one is listening to my great idea, maybe I should get some venture capital, and maybe I should make that my own company. And that maybe the venture capitalist people listen. What if we have an explosion of services? What if the emphasis would be on innovation? What would be the price of energy? Everyone is talking about how oil is $100, $110, $170, soon $120. Why is everyone talking about the price of oil, the price of energy, always going up? Like it's a fact. 1988, we were looking at the huge cost of making international phone calls and the huge increase of international phone calls, and we said, look how much money they are going to make. That won't work. Other people come in. What if electricity becomes free or virtually free? What if the electricity bill won't be the most hated bill? I call it the what-com boom. And I'm arguing we are in the middle of it. What if we went from this to this? Now, of course, this is not a picture 20 years ago, 20 years ahead. This is a picture from today. Small, handheld, cheap solar cell. Because I can't put a picture there what it will be like 20 years from now because I have no idea. I just know it's going to be fascinating and interesting. And I could argue that we are living in it right now. This is where I live. Well, I live in Singapore, but when I come to Sweden, this is where I live. It's a small island outside Lidingö. It's called Svanholmen. 3 years ago, I decided to get electricity to my island. I got solar cells. I invested 60,000 SEK to get solar cells, enough solar cells to power everything I need, from charging my mobile phone to the refrigerator to all the lamps and all the electricity I need for 60,000 SEK. That was 3 years ago with yesterday's technology. Just for the fun of it, I checked how much is it going to cost to get ordinary, old-style electricity out to my island. Just the application fees, 150,000 SEK. I remember when I called Telia and said, sorry guys, I don't need my landline anymore. But I will never forget when I called Fortum and said, hey, I don't need you anymore. I haven't paid an electricity bill in 3 years. This is an electric car launched like 6 months ago. It's a Tesla car, 80,000 SEK, but it makes 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. One of the fastest cars you can buy. It runs on electricity. It exists today. Is this really going to happen? Well, of course not. But that's not the point. The point is if this is going to happen or not, it's not the point. When it's going to happen is not the point. What is going to happen is not the point. My point is something else. It might happen though, if I would have stood here only 10 years ago, 1998, and told you that Microsoft, the biggest player in the communication industry, was going to be challenged by a company that didn't even exist, 1998 in May. Most of us wouldn't have believed me. But Google was founded in September 1998. And today, Microsoft is desperately trying to catch up with a company that didn't exist 10 years ago. Well, if Google could do it, why can't we get the Google? But that's not my point. My point is different. My point is something is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but something is going to happen. Something that makes the internet look small. And the problem is we are not seeing it because we are not looking. My point is there's one thing, one hugely important thing that separates 1988 with 2008. And what the difference is her. I did a seminar for her and all the other educated, smart people in the developing world. Because the whole dot-com revolution was basically only done by people in the Western Europe and America. And we still have smart people in Europe, and we still have smart people in America, but we have just added a bunch of new smart people in the developing countries. The number of scientists in the world is going to triple in 15 years. If we triple the number of researchers, we triple the number of research. If we triple the number of research, we triple the number of research results. If we triple the number of research results, we triple the number of new innovation discoveries and ideas that comes into the human consciousness. We'll have an explosion of new ideas.